Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, November the 19th? Oh, we had a hiccup yesterday. I gotta double check, open up the calendar, check the stars, make sure they're aligned properly. So, stage 1, go around right-hand side. You could probably even avoid those, like the machine gun and the sniper tower, but blow them up. Go up into the top corner and you are laughing. Nothing will shoot at you there. That's why you'll be laughing. Number 2. I said number 2. Stage number 2. No, still said it. Stage 2. Run your troops right up beside the rocket launcher / mortar. If you're rocking, say, like a heavy Zooka, I would strongly suggest throwing a shock down on those two buildings as you get into range, and they're just going to sit there. You'll be able to blast them down. Once they're down, you're going to be able to finish off the HQ with nothing shooting at you. Stage 3, if you're landing full boats, you are going to probably have to smoke this landing to avoid all the bad things from that cannon and or sniper tower. Now that being said, if you can't, both of those bad boys can be shocked with one shock. So if you don't have smokes yet, one shock will take both of those out of the picture, and you'll be able to move over to the left and curve around similar to the way I did, eventually ending up on the HQ. Yes, there's a shock launcher. No, you do not have to kill it. Hooray! Moving on to stage 4. Man, I feel like I got a good pace going here. Just clipping along. Oh wait, no, it's stage 4. So stage 4 has not 1, not 2, but 3 shock launchers, all with 12,000 hit points each. But that's not the worst of it. Along with their crazy shock launchers, there are about 56 trillion sniper towers. Every sniper tower that has ever been built is on this level. I do not even understand how someone at like a lower level, like a stage 4 level, would be able to take this on. Like, this is some brutal mojo. Man, I wish you guys luck. I'm pretty sure that if you maybe swapped out for like Riflemen, Zooka, if you have medics, maybe throw in some medics. The Riflemen will last a lot longer against the sniper towers than, say, like your heavies. But it's going to be a race, and you're going to have to take out like all the splash damage stuff before you get your Riflemen all up in there, which could be tough. Okay, stage 5. Yep, more shock launchers. That's okay though, because there's just one, and it only has like 2,000 hit points more than the last level, which I think is just crazy. Honestly, I think that if you've got medics and you're able to deal with the sustained damage of the various rocket launchers, stage 5 is probably going to be just as hard as stage 4. Or 4 is just as hard as 5. I don't know which order they'd go, but the point is, like, they're on par. 5, especially for tanks, much easier. You got a bunch of like machine guns and stuff like that. Now I would suggest keeping one barrage for clearing out the boom mines, and possibly the mortar. If your barrage is low enough it can't take out the mortar, don't worry about that. Just kind of move forward and take things out. And then hug the left hand side. Just curve all the way around, and when you get close enough that the cannon is targeting your tank, throw a shock. You can shock the whole cluster there, and that cluster is fart fig Newtoned. It's kind of like a fig Newton, but after you've already eaten the fig Newton, and then you get the idea. So, yes, eat yourself a fig Newton, and then blow up the HQ, it's definitely not going to be difficult. And it does have a bunch of hit points, but that's okay. We're good with that. Especially with, bam, all of our critters out. But actually, I could only throw the one badge, so not that many critters. Definitely a lot of GBE went into that attack. Be mindful of it. Well, I guess I barraged at the end. Whatever. You'll win. That's what's important. As long as you win, I'm happy. Now, Stage 6, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, considering what we've been putting up with, is like a freaking breeze. Like, it's harder than 5, for sure, but there are no boom cannons or shock launchers at all on this level, which is awesome sauce, because that means what you can do is take all your GBE that you'd normally be wasting on trying to take out those shock launchers and rocket launchers, and you can dump them, blam, right on top of those 2 cannons. And the reason you want to dump them on top of those 2 cannons is because they are beefy. Even though there's no shock launchers or boom cannons, you're still looking at double hit points on the cannons and a 36% damage increase, which means when they hit your tanks, they hit freaking hard, man. Plus, up near the base, or the, yeah, I guess Dr. T's base, the lab, if you would, there are still a mountain of sniper towers, so you're going to have to, like, slowly plow your way through those. What I would suggest is alternating between the shocks and the critters. Just throw your critters on top of the mortars, because the mortars have that little safe zone, and it'll prevent the mortars from just, like, blanket wiping out your critters, and it'll distract all the sniper towers and the cannon and everything, so that you don't have to worry about losing any tanks, like someone, due to carelessness. No names shall be named, thank you very much. Anyways, and where I threw those critters, that's not where I mean. I mean, like, right in the corner that intersects with all 3 of the mortars. If you throw your critters in there, it'll be a great thing, I promise. Now, Stage 7, oh my gosh, holy boom cannon, 34,000 hit points. It's actually been a while, now that I'm thinking about it. It's been a while since I've rocked the T-Med on the tropical island. I just needed to take a mo there because I think I was supposed to do warriors or Zookas or something. Well, whatevs. Moving on. Kill it with tanks. Hooray! The good news is there are no shock launchers, and the only boom cannon is sitting right there right on the beach. So basically, I drop critters. They're gonna now make sure you drop them away from the building, because the mortar is gonna fire once they land, and they will move towards the buildings, which means the mortar's not going to get that first hit in, and that'll buy you some extra time and keep your critters alive just that little bit longer. And then obviously, you know, the boom cannon will start shooting at the critters, and your tanks can just chill there on the beach with some heals, blowing things up. But you will have to shock the cannons and sniper towers, because 1, it'll prolong the life of your critters, and 2, it'll prevent your medics from getting fried, because there was a failed attempt, and it wasn't a failed attempt. I never made it off the beach. It's just I saw 3 medics go down really quickly because I was being lazy and not shocking, and I was like, alright, no, hold on. And so I had to do a little bit of a redo. Anyways, as you go around, obviously there's a cannon there. Throw some critters at the cannon, and then save your shocks for up here, because wham, 1 shock will take pretty much everything out up next to the base, and it'll let you buy some time for your tanks to shoot out of all of the things that you need to shoot, and shoot the shock the shoot, shoot. And then you'll be able to take out the HQ with relative ease. Anyways, guys, thanks very much for watching. Oh no, I didn't even talk about the bug on Imitation Game. Ah, well, we'll have to save that for another day. Anyways, guys, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this will be entertaining. And hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.